qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Avec le président. Un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Avec le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un Dieu. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un Dieu. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un Dieu. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Des jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. Comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tant, 30 ans? Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles, vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Les attraper. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les gagnants, les attraper.
Hi, good day to the beautiful people of the Cameroons, the beautiful people of British Cameroons, and the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have come to tell you that there is no government in the Cameroons. I'll tell you why. Once more, ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no government in the Cameroons. The non-functional opposition, they are not doing anything. All they think about is October 2025 elections. They have been doing that since 1992 and they don't learn any lesson. I don't know if this non-functional opposition in the Cameroons, I don't know if they pay them to come and legitimize Mr. Biya, because since 1992, they have been doing the same thing. Oh, come. Biya says he's win. Oh, the rig election. They shout, they kill one or two people. They keep on doing the same thing. These are people who don't exist. They only appear when there is election. There is no government in the Cameroons and they are not saying anything. There is no government. Why do I say there is no government? What is a government? A government is a group of people with authority to govern a country. Authority. Who gave Atanganji authority to be governing us and say he wants to molinate us? Nobody elected Atanganji. There is no government. Who gave Nalo Valionga authority? When they cannot pay teacher, they cannot do anything, presidency, they say they will pay. Nalo Valionga is the one who started the problem in Boya University. When they were beating our children, raping women. It's Nalova. Who elected Nalova? There is no government. Who elected Diongute? In a democracy, you elect those people before they be there. All of them, they were appointed. Who elected Famdongo? Nobody. Who elected these unelected governors? Nobody. Unelected DIOs? Nobody. Unelected SDOs? Nobody. Unelected mayor and is it senators and parliamentarians? They are all unelected. So who gave them authority to govern the Cameroons? Nobody. Some people say they elect the mayor or the councillor. They did not elect them. The councillors, they go and sit in a room and they elect who is a mayor. That's not the people electing you. In Western democracy, my mayor in London, Sadiq Khan, I elected that mayor. When you say this is the person I want, Sadiq Khan, nobody goes and sit behind the door or Yaoundé come and put a candidate there. That's not election. That's 419. Who elected senators? Nobody. Indirect universal suffrage. No. People are fit to make their own judgment who they want to be their senator or parliamentarian or mayor. You don't put a list system. You want to vote. Example, for Maître Alain Divel-Lisingé. You want to vote for somebody directly. You don't want to vote a party, then they go and sit in their Nyongo house, then they decide who should be the mayor or senator or parliamentarian. That's why they are not fit for purpose. We have problems in the Cameroons. Nobody talks. So a government needs authority. They elected Mr. Biya. You cannot appoint the whole country. Most people who become president or top officials, people elect them either as mayor before, parliamentarian before, senator before. But all of these people, nobody elects them. Then there's a government. I will come back. I will tell you why there is no government. It's people who have authority. They don't have authority. Nobody gave Atanganji authority to be Minister of Territorial Administration. The Minister of Home Office in London, we voted for him as parliamentarian first before he was appointed as Secretary of State for Home Office. How can a whole country be nobody elected any person? One person decide on everything. That is not authority. We have never given authority for all Mr. Biya's minister to be governing a country. First of all, I will come there. I will tell you what is governing. So a government is a group of people with authority to govern a country. Okay, let's see. Do they govern the Cameroons? No, they don't. What's governing a country? Governing a country means to conduct the policy, action, and affair of a state with authority. That's what it means, to conduct it. But do the Cameroons, do they conduct policies, action, and affair of the state? No. Let me tell you how you decide on policies. Let's go back first to the Constitution of the Cameroons. Article 5, sub 2 say, the president of the republic shall define the policy of the nation. The presidency, one man will decide the nation and policy of a country. Is that possible? In China, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, all over the world, one person cannot. China have one-party system. They sit all of them in a committee. They decide on the policy of a country. One man cannot. Mr. Biya alone cannot decide on the policy. How it works in a democracy. This is how it works. Each year, political party, they have their conferences. I belong to a political party here for the last more than 20 years. We go there, we debate, we talk in our party conferences, and we make the policy. Members of a political party, they make the policies, they agree, then they draft it. One person cannot make a policy. What does Mr. Biya know about policy? What is his policy on no electricity? What is his policy on no road? What is Mr. Biya's policy of people dying in the road? He hasn't constructed any road for 43 years. What's his policy? No policy. Let Mr. Biya come and tell me, what is your policy on economic? What is your health policy? What is your policing policy? What is your judicial policy? What is your taxation policy? Nothing. They sit in a 2D. People who have hijacked a country, they just leave the country to dilapidate. The country is stinking. They don't care. They work for France. So to govern a country is to conduct the policies, action, and affair. And a political party as a whole have to sit. They talk on policy, they debate, they have fringe meetings. That's how you decide on policy. It has never happened in the Cameroons. It's only British Cameroon National Party that knows how they do things. So Article 5 of the Constitution says, the president shall define the policy of the nation. Then Article 11 says, of the Constitution of La République du Cameroon, not the Constitution of British Southern Cameroon, because we have been annexed. And I always tell you why British Southern Cameroon have been annexed. Article 11 of La République Constitution says, the government shall implement the policy of the nation as defined by the President of the Republic. My brothers and sisters, my mommy and papa them, people where can Mr. Bia sit and make policies? Mr. Bia went to school in the 50s. So what policies do Mr. Bia want to define in 2025? The education that he had in 1950s, the education that Jifenji have in 1950s, the education that they have in those days. The world have moved on. After 60 years, people who study under the colonial rule, they are still ruling us. What policies do they know? Can they come and debate? Can they face Maitre Morales, the leader of British Cameroon? No, because they don't have any policy. Their problem is take the natural resources, sell it to these people for cheap prices, then they take the money, they put it in their pocket. That's what they do. They are working for the West, working for France. They are governors. They are not president. They don't work for the interests of the country. They don't conduct any policy. They have never had meetings that they meet like a party. Political party. It's a party that runs a country. It's not just the president. If you have a political party, if you win, it's your party that goes to power. That's why they call it ruling party. But in the Cameroons, they give bread and sardine. Is it Fanta? Fanta to these people. These people who are CPDM militants, they don't even know the corridor of power in CPDM. They are like beggars. You see somebody like Mbela Moki. He is a CPDM militant. He comes and begs, oh, the Northwest Ambazonia problem. He is in the CPDM. They are the one who are supposed to be solving the problem. That's why I say they don't know anything. They don't have any clue. In the Cameroons, they take immoral people and put them in position. People who have no clue how to govern a country. I cannot sit. I'm a member of the Labour Party like in the United Kingdom. I cannot be crying to the Prime Minister. No, I'm part of that party. When they have a conference, I go there, we debate, I talk. I cannot sit as if I'm an opposition or outsider begging. Oh, the problem in Northwest. No, you're not fit. Most of you are not fit to be senators. You're not fit to be MPs. And sometimes, when they criticize you, you are annoyed. In politics, you criticize people. I am not afraid. Come and criticize me, Metro Mola Alexis. Challenge me. Say, Metro Alexis, ABC, you did not do it right. I'll hit back. I'll give you my, that's politics. But you sit there, you think politics is a church where you have a pope, the pope sits there, preach, everybody say hallelujah. No, that's not politics. You bring your policies. Most of you, you're in the CPDM political party. Have you ever seen Bia face to face? Can you have a conversation with Bia? I see the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. I meet people who are in government in the United Kingdom. But you people see, you see Mr. Bia only in television, then you say you're one party in the CNU rebranded CPDM. There's no government. And again, one person cannot define a policy. You cannot say the president of the republic. No, a political party, they define the policies. Everybody, whether you're unemployed, whether you're chukhead, whether you, all of you, in your party conference, if you go there, you debate policies. A president cannot determine a policy of 250 ethnicity, people you don't know, people you have never visited. They don't have authority to run that country. They are illegitimate. One person cannot appoint. If I want my governor, I know a local person who is there, who is good in the community, I will vote for a local person. You take people from La République du Cameroun to come and be civil servant politician in Northwest region. No! You put local people. People, you are there to govern people that you know. You don't take Francophone and put him as a governor in British Cameroon. It doesn't work that way. Where I live in my local area in London, if you don't live locally, you go and knock the door, you want to be councillor, they will tell you, no, you don't live here. We don't know you. If you want to be a parliamentarian, You're not a local person. You go and knock their door. They'll say, no, we don't know you. Politics. People need local people that they know. But in the Cameroons, who do you put there? How do you call them? Two people from La République du Cameroun are governors in where? Where? British Cameroon. It doesn't work that way. If I want to be a councillor in my local area here in London, they will know, oh, Metro Mola Alex Divelisiga lives here. That's the first thing that you do. You live here. You have to be living in that area. They have to know you that you're a local person. So you don't just appoint people wearing this disgraceful colonial cap. 2025, shame on you. When we say people want to be presidential candidate in the Cameroons, to be a presidential candidate in any democratic country, you have to start do things when you are young. Oh, example, René Zengele wanted to change our educational system in mid-1985 with protests. We fought for Boya University. I became a councillor. I became a mayor. I became a parliamentarian. I became the ULEN. Mr. Bia is a civil servant. I eat your civil servant. You put them president. How can the country be run? They have no clue how to run a country. I'm a university lecturer, lecturing in Guakele. You take me and put me a minister or prime minister. I've never run a ministry. I've never been a businessman. How do you run something? That's the problem in our country. Everybody just think, I can do this, I can do that. No! You have to learn. You have to put governors who are elected by the people. When you're running a particular region or area as a governor, you learn. So you keep on climbing the ladder until you become a president. But in Africa, somebody will go and study geography and he say, I want to be a president. How does that your geography run a country? To run a country is about law. It's about economics. It's not about whether you have PhD or you lecture in the university. Because the ministers in the Cameroons are just whitewash. Etudi is the only place that they run a country. They sit there, they do what they want to do. Yesterday, in the United Kingdom, they were debating in the parliament, urgent question. What happened? A convicted criminal, a 17-year-old guy who murdered some children in Wales. He poured water on a prison officer. So there was urgent question. They were debating it in parliament because somebody poured water on a prison officer. We don't have electricity. We don't have water, rusty water. The Anglophone problem have been going on for a long time. They cannot debate it in parliament. That's why I say they don't govern the country. People kill people, kidnap people for ransom. They say, oh, it's Ambazonia. No, it's not Ambazonia. It's criminals. It's not Ambazonia. When people commit crime, they are called criminals. They are not called Ambazonia. When you go to government, it's to protect the people. Article 8 of the Constitution of the Cameroons says the president shall ensure internal and external security. I heard there's a guy from British Cameroons, married to a German lady, was murdered, buried in a shallow grave. Why should such a thing be happening in our country? It's the function of a government to protect the people. So that's why I say there is no government. It is up to the government to protect our people. You don't come and sit, whether you are abroad or what. Oh, Ambazonia, people from Northwest are killing people. No! You say criminals are killing people, and your job as a government is to fight crime and the causes of crime. If there's crime in London, we'll blame the mayor of London. You don't blame the criminal. If there's crime in New York, you blame the mayor of New York. You don't blame the criminal. The reason we have a criminal justice system in the Cameroons is because we already know that people will commit crime. That's why we have a criminal justice system. That's why we have a prison. So when you go to power, it's to fight crime. When you go to power, it's to maintain law and order. When you go to power, it's to enforce laws. But the people who are in power are criminals. They steal money. Mr. Bia have been putting them in prison rather, Ondondo, Titus Zwa, Mebengo, you name the rest. So criminals are running a country. That's why Mr. Bia is putting them in prison. They are all thieves, criminals. A criminal cannot fight crime because they are criminals. So there's no government. A government, you need authority. They don't have authority. Nobody have given Nalova Leonga authority to govern us. Nobody have given them. You elect your ministers. In Western country, most ministers are people who have been elected in one way or another. But in the Cameroons, you take people who don't know how to write their name, members of parliament who doesn't know their function, senator who doesn't know what's the job of a senator. They sit there and they come and beg, oh, Mr. President, then they shut them down. They don't even know their function. They are just there to be stealing taxpayers' money, earning money for nothing. If you ask us in British Cameroon National Party, we don't want to be part of La Republic. The reasons are simple. I don't want Macron to be my president in British Cameroon. I don't want it to take French money that was created in 1945. I don't want it. That's why I don't want to be part of La République du Cameroun. I don't want ENAM, which was created in France, administrators being our governors. We want to elect our local people. I don't want gendarmerie, a French armed police, which they are there threatening the people in British Cameroon. That's why I don't want to be part of La République. It is obvious. Your constitution says, Article 65, don't torture people, you torture people. I don't want to be with people who torture people. I don't want it, me. Maître Morales de Velisinge, the leader of British Cameroon. You don't follow the rule of law. Your law said don't do this, but you do it. The Yondo blacks and co, they were arrested when your law said they can create political party. What sort of a country that does not follow their own laws? Why do we have laws when the so-called government, the non-functional government in La République cannot follow it? You don't follow it. Why should I be tried in military tribunal that was created in France during the French Revolution in British Cameroon? We are not used to. We don't want to be part of a country that is using French institutions to oppress their own people. Mr. Bia's government is worse than when the British they colonized us, worse than when the Germans they were there, worse than when the Portuguese they were slave plantation. How can you, a black man, African, you treat your own African brothers as if they are a fly upon a pile of shit? We were complaining that is white people killing people, South Africa, apartheid, this. Now it's African people oppressing their own people. Africans, chalk ice, coconut, they sit there to oppress their own people. To develop a country, you bring people. Even if you don't agree with them, bring them and let's put different ideas and construct our country. But the problem is you want to maintain power. Cameroon will go to Kao. And maybe all of us will go back to our various ethnicity and we become a nation. Because we cannot accept that they will be treating us as second-class citizens. If people kidnap for ransom, if people kill people, arrest them, they are criminals and try them in your court. Stop blaming criminals. If you start blaming criminals, then you don't know the function of a government. The function of a government is to maintain law and order, to enforce laws, to assist socially and economically. That's your function. So when you start blaming criminal, it means you don't know the function, and which means there is no government because people cannot rely on you. To govern a country, if there's no electricity, we'll go to parliament, we'll debate it. If there's bad water in the tap, we go to parliament, we debate it. If there is violence against women, we go to parliament, we debate it. But nobody cares. All these criminals called members of parliament, all these criminals called senator, you pay one day. Once more, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Maitre Mola Alex Ndivelisinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. There is no government in the Cameroons, and all the opposition leaders, what are they doing? They're quiet. They only want October to come for election, then Mr. Biya wins. Then they start complaining. If there's problem today, you are an opposition leader, you should fight that the electricity should be there. You should question the government. You should challenge them. You should scrutinize them. You should hold them to account. That is a function of an opposition leader. Thank you very much.
Yeah.